Hey guys, welcome back to Micho Makes. My name is Micho. I like to make stuff. Today I've got part number 48 of the Toyota Sprinter Trueno AE86 by DeAgostini. This is the 1/8 scale massive model that we're building together. Without further ado, let's jump right into this one. Alright, starting off, we've got our cover here. We've got our favorite frames too as well. Got our parts here, and if you can take a look, that sure looks like a massive oil cooler. Or actually, you know what? This might not be an oil cooler. This might be an air conditioning panel, because usually oil coolers are a lot smaller on the 8.6. This might just be the air conditioning panel for, obviously air conditioning too as well. And we've got a book. Let's take a look at the book. GR86. This is the Gazoo Racing update that they released, or they announced, or they have. I don't think, and you correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but is Gazoo Racing kind of taking over TRD? Maybe. I believe Gazoo Racing is a separate company. And I don't know too much about them, but they've basically become almost like the TRD almost. TRD obviously is the performance division of Toyota, but that's the OEM, right? That's them doing the performance. Gazoo Racing, I believe, is its own company, but it's almost like a third party, second party type deal where they almost get like most of the rights, like immediately to upgrade cars and sell parts and all that stuff. I don't believe they're owned by Toyota, but maybe I just need to do more research. But it really reminds me of how Nintendo gets like exclusivity with Pokemon, and I believe they're separate companies, but that's how maybe Gazoo Racing's relationship is with Toyota, where they get kind of exclusivity on Toyota vehicles and upgrading them. The Gazoo Racing interiors are really nice. Very sporty. Make sure that this is in focus for you guys if you want to read this. Gosh, I'm having some trouble with my focus. And just FYI, my camera that I'm using, just for your sake and your understanding, I'm manually adjusting the focus just to make sure that you guys can see everything pretty well, just because my camera's autofocus kind of sucks, not gonna lie. And unfortunately, because of that, I have to help manually focus these every time. So my apologies if the focus is kind of off sometimes. I'm doing my best to make it as clear for you as possible, because I know that it is kind of annoying. I just know that if I put in autofocus, which I would have preferred, it could just focus, the camera could focus on what I want automatically. It does make stuff blurry and does hunt. So hunting means like if it finds the focal point that it likes, it'll just kind of like zoom in and out to find that nice one, but it's not the greatest autofocus, unfortunately. So my apologies. Okay. And the Cresta. I don't know too much about these. Definitely reminds me of, gosh, I don't know what generation Camrys that they had in America, but I believe these were almost to the level of the Lexus ES sedan. Definitely reminds me a lot of, when did this come out? Trying to look and see, 1988. So yeah, definitely reminds me of like a 88 Camry type deal, but obviously more of the Lexus ES version. more luxurious town car. You can see the interior is definitely more luxurious. 1G GZE 2 as well. Supercharged engine, looks like. Take a look at that engine. You can kind of see the inspiration with the 4AG and the how that the front cover, the front timing cover. Yeah, definitely supercharged 24 valve too as well. And interior too. That looks really cool. With the digital gauges on the front, you can see that. Wait, did it really? I'm trying to look and see. Maybe I need to translate this, but it says twin turbo right there and supercharge, or maybe the supercharge or twin turbo option too as well on this engine. Wow. If that's the case, that's crazy. I don't think it was probably an option you could have either or, but not a dual charge, I don't think. Cool. All right, here we go with the part. So here we got, and it looks like we're cutting more hoses too as well. This looks like it goes to the air conditioning, I believe. Cutting more and more hoses. Oh yeah, definitely goes to, this is a compressor pump right here. Yeah, this is going to be going to the air conditioning right there. Gosh, this engine bay. I mean, they want to keep it so realistic, which is really cool, but man, it is such a pain sometimes to manage these hoses. Looks like we're connecting a brake line too. And they want us to, we're not mounting the radiator like we did have last part, but it looks like we're just going to be doing some hose management and getting stuff kind of buttoned up. And looks like this definitely doesn't look like mine. Mine's just kind of a rat's nest right now. So let's just jump into the parts real quick and take a look and see what we're working with. Okay, get this guy opened real quick. This one just decided to jump out, but I believe this is the air. It's not a filter, but it's like condenser, I believe. Part of the air conditioning system too, as well, just like that. Then you've got the radiator part for the air conditioning there. And you can kind of tell where this is going to be. It layers onto the radiator to itself. And we've got our whole length of hose. Now, the problem we've been encountering is that these hoses, unfortunately, when they're fresh out of the pack, they just like to curl up. And it's very difficult, unfortunately, to keep them kind of not from curling up, especially if they want these lengths kind of straightish. It does kind of make management kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm going to do my best to try to get these things uncurled. It seems like it's doing its job right now, but I'm going to do this for a few minutes, and then hopefully I'll bring you guys back in just a second. Okay, guys, I did the best I could. It's still, I mean, I was just kind of like pulling it and warming it up, and it still doesn't really want to work with me too much, but we're going to do the best we can. So first length is 110 millimeters. Got my trusty ruler here. God, I really like this thing, the fact that it actually does have millimeters on it too as well. About here. Good. There's that one. Put put that on the side. Next is 230 millimeters, so we'll do our best to figure that out. $150 here. This is 230 we're looking for. So we'll put this right down here, about here. So we're going to do another 80 right there. Oops. Well, give it a good ballpark. That'll work. 230, 45, and 25. So I'll start with the 45. Okay, and 25. All right, about here. All right. Got a little bit of extra hose here. Put that to the side. And we'll take a look and see what we're doing next. Okay, next we're actually grabbing our air conditioning kind of condenser. And we're just kind of attaching it right here. So make sure I have the orientation right. So it's actually upside down that way. Oh yeah, and then you've got these holes right there to make sure it's in focus for you. Holes right there, they just get placed right in the hole. This is such a detail that wasn't necessary to do, but they just did it. I think that's so cool. Ooh, man. Okay, hold on. Before I go too crazy, is there an issue with the casting here? Let me take a look real quick, and I'll make sure it's in focus for you guys too. I really don't want to break these pegs. I've been breaking pegs left and right on this model. I don't really want to do that again. But it was really difficult to get this in there. Can you guys see that? It's not focusing right. I don't think it's broken. It was just really hard to get on. Let's try this one more time. Maybe it's the hole? No, I don't think so. Maybe I need to shave it down just a little bit. Okay, there it goes. Okay, we're in. Just took a lot of force. I was just kind of gun shy. I don't really want to press on that too much. But as I was saying, this is such an unnecessary part, but it really adds a lot, I think. You just put this one in that hole right there. More solid. Look at that. It's such an unnecessary part to do, like in a model kit, but I really should kind of expect it because, man, DeAgostini, they always just gonna go crazy. So cool. All right. So, actually, let's see here. 48 to F. So this is the vinyl tube right here. The 25 millimeter one that we just cut. Looks like it goes right here on this end here. That fit really nicely. And connects to this right there. So let's take that and connect this right there. Man, it looks like they they sized these studs, these little sticking out parts, really nicely. But then other times where I've had to really struggle to get the vinyl on. And with that hose on, the step is complete for this. So we're going to be putting that to the side. I'm pretty sure we're not installing it, but we are going to need to get the chassis for the next few hoses. So let me get reset and we'll get that in just a second. Okay, next step is we're taking that 110 millimeter hose that we cut here. And you see, let me get my screwdriver to help point. this little stud right there on the firewall, right there. That's where we're putting this one. So I'll do my best. Maybe I'll grab my tweezers to assist getting this on. Alright, just checked the instructions, and it looks like this just kind of floats here right now, so that's all set. I just want to double check and make sure it's already kind of pushed all the way on. It's good. And then we take the next step is the I believe this is 45 millimeter one right here, and we connect it to the AC pump right here at the bottom. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's right down here. There's a little stud on top. Take that there. If I can get it on. Oof, it's tight. That'll work for me, and that just kind of floats there right now. We're not installing the rest of that. And the next step, I'm going to take a peek here at the instructions. Looks like we're actually in the engine bay. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Let me reposition the camera real quick. Kind of zooming in as best I can to show you, but I can see it on my angle. There is a stud on top of this three-way kind of valve right there, and then this 233, sorry, not 233, but 230 millimeter hose goes on that. So I want to, the stud looks like it would fit it well, but I'm going to open this up just to kind of give myself a little bit easier time. Make sure this gets in here. Do my best to get this in here. Oh, snaking it in, and it looks like it went in pretty easy. Okay, cool. Got the 230 millimeter hose in right there. Let's take a look and see, where did this go? Oh, you know what that is? I just realized that is part of the brake master cylinder, or not the brake master cylinder, but goes to the three-way valve of the brake cylinder. So the hose, let me just zoom out real quick, is going to kind of get snaked around the back here of the engine. I think I can be pretty much, can do what I really want, whatever I really want. This is not a real engine, right, obviously, but it's going to snake around here to the back. So this is why you need so much line. I'm gonna push this maybe underneath all this stuff too as well. But it does go around the back of the engine here, and then down to this America front driver. This is front passenger wheel over here. So that's what we were doing. So it goes in here, and just like the other side, if you guys recall, there's a hose that goes into that. I'm going to reposition this thing so you can see it, but there's a little break in the firewall. We're just going to snake the hose through and then attach it to the brake caliper. Give me a second here while I get repositioned. Okay, it's going to be really hard to see. I can already tell you're going to have trouble seeing it. But you see that little bump right there where my tweezers are going in? Right there, that little bump between the white and the black. Right there, that's where we're going to be putting that hose right through that little part in the frame and the body panel right there. See that? Right there. That's where that goes, and that's where the brake line is going to be going into. It's going to be really hard for you to see it because I've got to kind of tip it this way, find the hose just curled up here, and then get that into that. So I might just pause the video so that I can do this real quick without too much struggling, because yeah, I'm gonna need to use my tweezers and then like kind of hold this at the weird angle. So I'll bring you back when I get it snaked. All right, I'm gonna do what they say to do, and they actually say, hey, loosen the body panels right here so that you can actually lift this up a bit and get this installed. And this just came off again. Gosh, this is such a struggle. I'll figure out something to do with that. Oh, this should be a third one, isn't there? You know, it's funny, they only call out, oh yeah, you lift up these two and then you'll be able to get it in. Like, no, there's a third one. Don't forget. It's actually completely hidden because I installed the battery last time. I don't know how you're supposed to get that in, especially if you tightened it down on this third one. It's kind of a messed up piece of instructions, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this snaked real quick back here. Okay, that was way more of a pain in the butt than it actually should have been. I did get it out on the side here, but I did have to remove the third body panel, which is, or not the third body panel, but the last screw. So it's 3 screws here. And their instructions suggested, oh yeah, just unscrew these 2 screws and it'll help you get the line through. And I'm like, you know, there's 3 here, and if there's 3 there, that last screw is going to hold it down, so you're actually going to be able to get in separation and get that screw loose, because the last one's actually underneath the battery. And I don't know why they said, oh yeah, just remove these 2 and you'll be able to get the line in. So I had to do what you normally do when you work on vehicles, is just literally remove what's in your way. That's one piece of advice that I got from my real good friend who taught me a lot about how to work on cars. And he said, if it's in your way, get it out of your way. So I had to remove the battery, which is only a couple of screws, to get to that screw, to then lift up the panel and get this installed. In the process, though, I did unfortunately lose my plug wire here, so I want to modify it while it's off, so I can actually put a little stud in there and get it permanently fixed so that it's not coming out again. But I do have the line in. We'll do that in just a second. We'll do that fix in just a second. But I got my line in right here, and so we just got to tip this thing on its side here. Don't want to break anything, especially that. Let me move this up here. Got my brake line. Where'd it go? I see it there, right here. It's gonna get fed through here. You know, it really does feel like this line was a, oops, we forgot to install it kind of piece. There is no rhyme or reason why they needed to do it now. We should have done a walk a long time ago. Aha, okay. So after we get through here, we're going to have it. Okay, this is going to be tricky to film. Turn it this way here. Turn the wheels that way here. Can you see that? I can see it. I'll make sure you guys can. You can see it through this line right there. But it's right here. That little stud right there. Oop, there it is, right there. Take that line. Maybe while I try to hold this up. It's installed right here. Obviously, on a real car, you wouldn't go this way. You'd probably go this way around here. right there. Where's my tweezers? Man, the tweezers they gave me with the kit are just not that good. They're very slippery. There's no texture to them, and maybe I could just get some sandpaper and add some texture, but they just do not whenever you try to insert hoses or something, they just slide. And then it kind of stinks because you're like, I need a little bit more bite than this. Just a little bit more. Okay, that'll work. Okay, got the brake line on. Okay, and with that, this part is done. We are not installing this AC condenser here at all. So, again, pretty short part for part number 48. We just had basically inserted this and then cut up some brake lines, add some more lines to the model itself. Let's take a look and see. Again, some for the AC, one that comes with the firewall, then that brake line too as well. But still pretty involved part, not too bad. I'm going to fix this part off camera. What I'm going to do is add a little stud here. Maybe a piece of little wire that will fit into the hole there. And probably glue it on too as well. And then just get this reinstalled. But I want to thank you guys again for joining me on part number 48 of the Toyota Sprinter Trueno AE86 by DeAgostini. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I mean, it really does. It doesn't cost any money or anything. So just follow along with the series. Really do appreciate your support and continued viewership. So I really do appreciate your time. My name is Micho Makes. We'll see you guys in part number 49. Let's take a look and see what part number 49 has to in store. Looks like we're getting the front piece of where the headlights kind of get mounted up. So this front bracket. Oh gosh, get into focus. See it? Too close for you? There it is. The front bracket piece that basically goes right in the front of the vehicle itself here. It looks like a hood latch release, and then a couple more hoses. It looks maybe even a radiator hose right there too as well. So looks like we're getting geared up to mount this and the radiator itself too as well in the next part. But stay tuned for then. Thanks very much for you guys joining me today, and I do appreciate your support too. See you guys in part number 49. Bye for now. Okay, a little piece of extra content for you. This is what I'm doing. I actually drilled a really small hole right in the middle of this and added a piece of wire that I got from a resistor. Yeah, resistor. And folded it in half because the wire was not thick enough from the hole I made. And I folded it in half, tested it out on there already too as well, and then glued it in. So I used a little bit more glue, put that in, then cut the stud pretty tight there, and I'm going to glue this too as well in there. Hopefully, if I need to, I made it longer so that if I need to, I can just cut this back. I'd rather have it too long than too short, but I'll be able to install this real quick, and hopefully the fitment should be okay. It's never fun when this one pops out. It's just kind of hard to get this thing back in here. Okay, it's on the distributor. Actually, it almost looks a little bit more of the part. Oh yeah, look at that. It fits right in there. Now it's got a stud to work off of, and it looks like it goes real easy in there. Let's zoom in, actually, so you can see it. Back this up. So there's a stud inside there. Obviously, looks so funky with this being super long. I don't really care too much, to be honest with you. Some people might care. I don't. So what we'll do, grab a little more glue. Just to doubly make sure. I'll pull this out because this is not glued in yet. Just a dab around the edge. Make sure we're good. And just sort it right back in there. Let that cure up nice and good. And I'll be very happy with the stud in there. Actually giving you a little bit more purchase than what it was before, where it was just the plastic on plastic. So that was my quick solution to that. Since it's been holding in there with the stud, I'm just going to leave it, let it dry. Everything should be good to go. So, all right. Really ending this time. See you guys next part.